and welcome to DCS News. I am your host, Charlotte Eddy. Today on DCS, we will be talking about the misrepresentation of Muslims in the media. Different people have different views on Muslims based on what they hear and see on social media. The acts of terrorism have reflected a violent image of Muslims that the majority feel threatened by. We believe that the media takes advantage of these terrorism acts to gain interests and views. The media thrives on promoting negative and harmful stereotypes of the Muslims community to express fear and havoc throughout society. To help discuss this matter, I've brought in two specialist reporters, Sofia Savic and Ria Donga. Let's get underway.
Today there are sources telling us that Muslims are being misrepresented. A 14-year-old boy created a homemade clock. He wanted to take it into school to show his teacher. The teacher felt like it was a threat because he was a Muslim, so she called the police thinking it was a bomb and got him arrested. To Muslims themselves, reading this would make them feel very insecure as to think a 14-year-old boy could have made a bad impact on making a clock for his teacher. Therefore, she called the police. The stereotype is being reinforced through the irrational act of the teachers, as she believed that Ahmed tried to make a bomb to threaten her and others. This makes me very upset and heartbroken that adults and teachers are mistreating even young children. Does this mean that all Muslims can create bombs? The media is also showing us that all American Muslims are not allowed to be displayed on TV advertising. North Carolina has decided to disallow all American Muslims on TV advertising due to complaints from the Florida Family Association, as well as the home improvement giant Lowe's Co. They've had heavy criticism from politicians and customers about American Muslims being on television. This is so disappointing and makes me very unhappy about how we go as a globe treating people, and just because other members of the race are making some bad choices doesn't mean that all Muslims are bad. There is a huge angle of bias as they're stopping all Muslims from being on TV advertisements. I believe this source would make Muslim people feel upset and insecure about themselves because people are saying that they will no longer be allowed on TV ads. All American Muslims are banned from TV advertisements, which reinforces the idea that Muslims will act some type of terrorist attack.
This is a big issue in society because everyone fears Muslims. A part of their religion is to wear the fully cloaked bodysuits. This video just eggs on the stereotype of all Muslims are bad, but shows the other side where the public don't run, in this case when a normal white man dresses up in black. Being honest, if I was confronted with that, I would probably run if someone threw a bag at me and was wearing white, but I would also run if someone just dressed in black threw a bag at me and then just ran away. It's really bad how people just don't react when a normal person does it, but react when Muslims do it.
Donald J. Trump is calling for a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States until our country's representatives can figure out what the hell is going on.
Sorry guys, we're back. We just had a bit of a malfunction in the other room. Now, for this issue, I believe Donald Trump does not know what he is talking about. It is irrational how he is saying that he needs to ban all Muslims from America. I know families that are Muslims and they are perfectly normal like other regular families. And I respect them and their culture. The way he has scaffolded his speech really brings out the bad in Muslims. There has been a major increase in protests while Donald Trump has been president due to unnecessary changes that he has made.
Developing tonight, new reports that terrorist sleeper cells may have been activated in France. This is we're learning new details about hundreds of no-go zones across France and other countries that are off limits to non-Muslims.
Density is very intense, where the police don't go in, and where it's basically a separate country almost, a country within a country.
You know what it sounds like to me, Steve? It sounds like a caliphate within a particular country.
This clip from Fox News shows a so-called terror expert expressing his opinion that Birmingham is a no-go city for non-Muslims and that London has police enforcing Sharia law. This is obviously not true, as 21% of Birmingham population is Muslim. Many people, Muslim or not, reacted to this statement and took to protests on social media. The public was so furious, Fox News was forced to make a public apology. Although it was already too late, thousands of clueless people watched that episode of Fox News and now believe that Birmingham is a no-go zone for non-Muslims. The phrase Birmingham is a no-go city for non-Muslims makes Muslims sound like bad people who discriminate others that are not part of their religion, which is incorrect. He also talks about how all Muslims are linked to terror and how their religion makes them commit terrorist acts. This news reporter has very opinionated and racist views on Muslims and their belief. The news harnesses this craziness and uses it to create discussion and more viewers. This is unfair to Muslims, as the report has shaped a negative label on how they are represented in the media, and many people will fear this label. Media thrives on promoting negative and harmful stereotypes of the Muslim community to express fear and havoc throughout society. From various sources, we can now see why media provokes a negative stereotype on Muslims, although a small minority of media does try to publish awareness on the matter. That's all for tonight. Thank you for watching. Up next, Get Out of My Country with Sofia Savig and Charlotte Edie.